Day, everybody, and welcome to KUAM News Extra. I'm Jason Salas. Thank you so very much for tuning in. As always, we appreciate it, and happy holidays, and we're going to show you why it is a very happy holiday in just a couple of seconds. In tonight's show, we've got the Symphony Seaside concert coming up, and we tell you where to be and when to be there because it is an unbelievable event. Trust me, you're going to want to bring the whole family, especially the kids. Andy Sing Song Chamorro Village is celebrating their 20th anniversary, but first and foremost, let's go ahead to the wide shot right now. Shannon Murphy, a good friend of mine for a very long time, is with me right now. You, of course, Shannon, are the managing editor of Guampedia, and you have a book that came out of all the research for that project.
Here it is.
And we have our lovely Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have two beautiful things in the set and me.
And you.
So good to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about the book and everything like that. Tremendous achievement. What is in the book and who is it geared for?
Okay, the book is just, as you can see, a small, I don't know where the camera is, it's a small book about Guam, and it's just, as we've been developing Guampedia for 12 years now, we've, every once in a while we come across, when we're doing research for a particular piece, we would come across this just interesting facts, and we'd all be like, did you know that this and this, you know, and so we just started kind of keeping track of all these things that were like fascinating things, little known things about Guam. And so then we decided instead of having a regular typical fundraiser, we could make this book and sell this as a fundraiser for Guampedia. So it's made for anybody who's interested in learning about Guam history, and we're hoping that people will look at this book and read a few things and go like, I want to know more about that, and then they'll go to Guampedia and read the longer entries.
Now I can see, because I'm about 3 feet from you, I'm sure our TV audience and our online audience might not be able to, but the book is color-coded internally.
Yes,
Yeah,
just like Guampedia. Okay, so everything in Guampedia, we follow this format of there's 7 historic eras.
If you can about that.
Okay, so it's there's 7 historical eras. There's the ancient Chamorro, and then the Spanish, and then the U.S. Naval, and World War II, and then the post-war era, which is just from 1944 to 1950, and then the Organic Act was signed. So then we call that the Guamanian era from then until when we had an elected governor in 1970. And then that's the contemporary era. That's when tourism started and all those different things that happened then. So everything, it starts with the beginning when Punta and Fauna created the universe and the Chamorro people, and then it goes through all the way to the last fact, which is that Guampedia was created. So we ended with
nice self-referential plug. And, you know, gotta love
might as
that.
well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's just like all kinds of little tidbits of things you might know. So, I mean, a lot of people might know some of them, but there's a lot in here that you probably never heard of.
Now, is this a consolidated and obviously in-print version of Guampedia, the online resource, or is it some extra stuff that you won't find online?
Pretty much, I would say there might be 2 or 3 things in here that are not in Guampedia.
So it's a companion to the online product.
A companion,
Excellent.
Yeah, that's actually the way we wanted it to be. And we're hoping that, there's a lot of people who come to Guam, visitors, or maybe military people, or Chamorros in the States, and maybe some Chamorros that have never been to Guam. They're raised there, and they want to know about Guam, and this would be like an ideal way for them to be introduced to the fascinating 4,000-year history of Guam.
And it is beautiful. Again, let's try and go to the wide shot, because I'm just thinking, Shannon, this is perfect stocking stuffer size. I mean,
for people who wear Zoris,
hopefully I don't knock over our Christmas tree right now. Oh, look at that. It fits perfectly on the tree. So, hint, hint, Santa.
And our other ad, one of the editors wrote, was that it's a perfect companion for Bonellis Doggo because it doesn't have any calories. So.
There you go. and it survives the test of time. Yeah. Obviously, it's not going to spoil.
Yeah.
Okay. How much is it, and where can people get it?
They're $20. We were really able to defray the cost because we have 2 sponsors, Bank of Guam and Circle K 76 stations. So they helped us pay for to produce the book. And so we're able to sell it for $20. And it's going to be at, you can buy it online at guampedia.com, and we can mail it for you to, wherever you want it to be.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any limitation? So, like, if I've got family stationed in Germany, or I know somebody in the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah, right. I'm still figuring that out, but right now I just have it for the U.S. But I mean, I'm sure if you emailed us and said, I want to send here, and then I could figure out the
you'll work something out. You guys always come through.
Yeah. And then it's going to be also at one of the stores at Chamorro Village, Iputiun, the Star, which is Bal Ugan's store. It's way at the end towards where the statue of Kapua is. And then it'll be at the Circle K 76 stations in the stores.
And hopefully, ultimately, it'll be on like Amazon and at some
and
point,
then also
hopefully.
It'll be at the,
I would love to get this for my Kindle. That would be fantastic.
Yeah. Then the other place it's going to be for sale right away will be at the National Historic park, you know, they have a bookstore in the front of the.
Yes.
Yeah, so they have a lot of visitors that come in there that are looking for something like this to take home.
That
and
is
say,
fantastic.
I just went to this place. This is a cool place to have visited.
Pick up the Guampedia book, pick up like the nice stuffed dolphin, and you know.
Yeah, you're good to go,
Good
right?
map of Guam, and you are set. That's a wonderful afternoon right there. Okay. What are some maybe things that you've learned from putting this project together? Maybe like trivial tidbits and everything that you took away that you never learned about the island.
Well, I learned all these things in doing Guampedia, so. But one of the ones that I find people fascinated by is that Guam, the Chamorro people brought rice with them, and they grew rice all along, and they're the only people in the Pacific that grew rice.
I did not know that, but that is absolutely not surprising.
Yeah.
And the tradition continues today. Yeah, in our production
but now
department.
we have cow roast. But
yeah, our production department, we got at least 5 guys that do that anyway on a consistent basis. Well, Shannon, thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, happy holidays.
Thank you.
Congratulations
All
once
right.
again. All right, sit tight, everybody. We continue with the show right after this.